$36 billion. That's how much stimulus money is going out today, which comes out to 25 million payments. IRS says this batch includes supplemental payments for people who got a stimulus check in March based on their 2019 return.
Question for you. Have you received your stimulus yet? You are not the only one who hasn't, if that's your answer. 127 million stimulus payments have already gone out, but millions of Social Security recipients have not yet received theirs.
The states have confirmed that there are millions of dollars in uncashed refund checks left over to be claimed. That means some of you may get up to $1,000 in stimulus cash. Today, the state treasurer has actually confirmed that the Louisiana Treasury Unclaimed Property Program is in receipt of more than $8 million in uncashed state income tax refunds. So each year, this unclaimed money is going to the people. So for Americans who plan to retire soon, your post-work financial plan might need to look very different from what you may have envisioned. While retirees receive the biggest Social Security COLA since 1981, experts have concerns the boost could potentially hasten the program's insolvency date. So now, the main fund that supports Social Security is projected to run low by 2034. According to the latest trustees report, it could drain them even faster, now thanks to higher benefit payments. The Social Security Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund has been drying up, partially due to the large drop in birth rates over the last few decades. Less people means less tax revenue to contribute. And now, Mary Johnson is the Social Security and Medicare policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League. She said that high unemployment during economic downturn could cause a significant worsening in the finances of the Social Security Trust Fund. Once the fund's reserves are exhausted, you'll only receive about 77% of your expected benefits unless Congress steps in. So one option to make up for the shortfall would be to increase taxpayer revenue. Analysts suggest that the government could consider pushing back the minimum age at which you can receive your full retirement and Social Security benefits, while the age is currently 66 or 67, depending on when you were born. Meanwhile, inflation is still rampant and putting a dent in people's retirement funds. In fact, Americans say they'll need $1 million in savings to comfortably retire, which is 20% more than they thought they'd need last year. Their average retirement savings has actually dropped 11% from 2021, folks. That's not a good sign. What is a good sign, though, is that their average retirement savings have dropped 11% from 2021 as well. Credit card debt is surging in its fastest year-over-year rate in over 20 years, and it's becoming even more expensive to borrow with recent rate hikes. So despite this, next year's COLA being the biggest in 4 decades, it may still not be enough to counter rapidly rising prices. Seniors received an estimated 5.9% COLA in January, and so what this means is that analysts estimate the benefit fell short by 50% on average. So, the Social Security Administration says the fund has merely enough in reserves to pay retirees for the next 13 years. After that, taxes will only be able to afford about 3/4 of the scheduled benefits. The Biden administration has proposed a plan to lower the cost of living for seniors, including preserving Social Security. So while 70% of Americans say Social Security should remain intact, 83% are in doubt that the program will survive in full by the time they retire. Current retirees probably have the least to worry about when it comes to receiving Social Security. Older adults are also due to receive a pay bump in January, thanks to the cost of living adjustment, making payments higher by 8.7%. For the average beneficiary, that's an extra $146 for a total of $1,900 per month. This hopefully means that your Social Security dollars can retain their purchasing power against inflated prices on everything from food to gas to travel. The COLA goes into effect with December 2022 benefits. It appears in checks sent out to January 2023. Social Security payments are made on Wednesdays, following a rollout schedule based on a beneficiary's birth date. So if you're born from the 1st through the 10th, your benefits are paid on January 11th. If your birthday falls between 11th and 20th, you'll see your checks increase on January 18th. These born between the 21st at the end of the month receive benefits on the 25th of January. So according to officials, beneficiaries should receive the letters through the end of the month in December, and detailing their specific benefit rate for the new year.
Is receiving Social Security. They're not going to see that impact in their checks until January of the new year. But this is going to help a lot of folks really, truly get through these high inflationary times. As we just heard from Caleb and Brian, 8.2%. We are not seeing inflation decline just yet. It is, as Caleb was putting it, sticky high still. And so right now we're seeing a lot of folks.
S, I'm ready for Q's. Go ahead.
There's been a lot of concern from some of your moderate members and those up for re-election about Title 42 and the administration's decision to overturn that at the end of May. Do you think that decision should be delayed?
Look, the bottom line is, let me say,
$147,000, which is up from $142,800 in 2021. An increase of $4,200 in fact. And in 2017, the Social Security wage cap was only $127,000. So to get the maximum benefit, seniors must have been a high earner throughout their entire time in employment. Recent recipients of Social Security income, everybody, just have to wait days for the next payment, which is due to be sent out March 1st. More than 8 million people across the nation receive SSI income. According to the Social Security Administration, this year, the maximum amount for individuals has increased to $841 from $794. The benefit stands at $1,261 for a married couple if both spouses are eligible for SSI. Americans can receive both SSI and Social Security benefits. If this applies to you, you will get your next Social Security payment in the next coming days. Folks, what do you think about President Biden? Should he do a better job in increasing Social Security benefits this year? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Benefits will be sent out on that day for Americans who have received Social Security before May 1997. However, the SSA has said that Americans need to be aware of the Social Security rules that could potentially catch them off guard. For instance, if your current spouse does not qualify for their own benefits, they can claim benefits based on your earnings. An ex-spouse can also claim benefits based on your earnings. To qualify on your record, your ex-spouse must have been married to you for at least 10 years. And Americans have also been warned by the Social Security Administration.
Myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
this about Title 42. Number one, no, it shouldn't be used to hold up important things like COVID aid, number one. And number two, we're going to be working through this to see if we can come to a position that our caucus can agree on. There's divisions there now. Yes, next.
Reaction to Elon Musk buying Twitter, and Amy Klobuchar just briefed your caucus on antitrust, big tech antitrust legislation. Are you going to bring that to the floor?
Okay, on the second question, we had a very good discussion. She made very powerful presentation, and I'm working with her to see that we can get 60 votes to get to the floor. On Elon Musk, I would say, look, in many ways, Twitter has been a dark, dark place. I hope it doesn't get any darker. Yes.
The inflation package you talked about, is that going to move through regular order or budget reconciliation? And how does
The inflation, what are you talking about?
There's talk of an inflation package to combat inflation. Does that move through budget reconciliation or regular order?
Look,
how does it fit with the other reconciliation effort?
Look, reconciliation is very, very important. I met, as he came out and told people, I met with Senator Manchin this morning. Our meetings were both preliminary and good, and we're going to continue to keep talking. If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts and raise rates. No Republican is ever going to do that. So the only way...
Folks, there's a lot of good news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Stay tuned because you definitely don't want to miss this. The IRS has just announced that you have only one more chance to claim an extra $1,400 third stimulus check.